Hi, I'm Eric Burton. In this demo, I'll walk you through how I added GitHub OAuth authentication to my Concert Hall API using Passport and Express Session, how I protect the endpoints, and how to log users in and out. Let's take an overview of the authentication flow. Here's the high-level flow. The client hits auth GitHub to start login. GitHub returns a code to the auth GitHub callback endpoint. Passport exchanges that code for an access token. We serialize the user into an Express Session cookie, and that cookie authenticates all protected API calls. Let's talk about configuring GitHub OAuth in the code. First, in auth GitHub.js, we configure Passport's GitHub strategy with a client ID, secret, and the callback URL from GitHub OAuth settings. Then the server.js file registers two routes, which is the auth GitHub, which redirects the browser to GitHub's login page, and the auth GitHub callback, which handles GitHub's response, which invokes Passport's authenticate to finalize the login. Let's talk about setting up the sessions. In our server.js file, let's find the Express session. Here it is. We use Express Session to persist the login state. The secret signs session cookies. We only mark cookies as secure in production. Then we initialize Passport in its session middleware so that after a successful login, required user is populated on every request for that session cookie. Now let's talk about protecting our endpoints. In our ensure auth.js file, I've added a simple ensure auth middleware that checks required is authenticated. Any post, put, or delete route that needs login is now prefixed with ensure auth. If the user isn't authenticated, then we return a 401 authentication error. Now we'll switch over to render for a live demo. So here is my render project, and this is my URL. I've clicked on it, it's brought us here. So I've created a landing page just for ease of this, but I'm going to use the URLs to log in as well. So here, /auth GitHub URL endpoint. This is going to connect to, it's already connected me to GitHub. So let me log out. We can also do this here. I can do my button, or I can simply do log out. And let's demo this. Let's go to Swagger. And if I try to create a new group, because I'm not logged in, I anticipate that I'm going to get a error 401 not authenticated. So let's type in a new band name, new band. And for the sake of time, we're just going to execute that. We execute it, and we get a 401 response status is 401. We're not authorized. So let's come back up here. Let's go back to our project, and let's do auth GitHub. We're logged in. We can go back to our API documentation. Let's do the same thing. Let's try to create another group. New band. Execute. And I expect a 201 response body, which I get. And we can double check that, verify that in our all groups list. Try it out. Execute. And I anticipate to see a new band in here. And there it is. So now we've been authenticated. And to log out, let's go back to our Concert Hall API And I'm going to hit my logout button in this case. Let's log this out. So I anticipate coming back here. We're going to let's cancel this. Actually, let's get a list of that group again, and let's try to delete it. I anticipate that I won't be able to delete it because I'm not authorized. So let's get its ID, which is right there. Copy it. Let's go to delete. Delete a group. Try it out. Group object. Paste it in there. Execute. And I got a 401 error. So I'm logged out. And then finally, let's just go to render.com and just show I have my environment variables here that for GitHub OAuth, the callback URL, the secret session, the MongoDB URI. So after this, I can push it to GitHub and it auto deploys, render auto deploys. The login flow works seamlessly in production. No secrets are committed to the source control. So that recaps my demo. This wraps it up how the GitHub OAuth integration was integrated from configuration to code to demoing to login, how the API calls are protected, and how we logged out. And it's all deployed live on Render. Thanks for watching.